Welcome back. Thank you very much for staying with us here on SA Today. The Economic Freedom Fighters have contributed 6 million rand towards the Solidarity Fund and have challenged others who had pledged towards the fund to produce proof of their promised contributions. In a statement, the EFF says that they hope the funds will be used to improve the public healthcare system and to purchase personal protective equipment for healthcare workers. For more on this, we're now joined via Skype by EFF's Treasurer General Umpile Maudwe. Thank you so very much for joining us, Treasurer General.
Thank you for having us, and good afternoon to the viewers at home.
Well, we know that party leader Julius Malema had made a pledge that all EFF public representatives like yourselves would contribute a third of their salaries towards the Solidarity Fund. Was that a smooth process? Were all members willing to sort of give up their earnings without any sort of complaint?
Yeah, we are a proletariat organization. We joined the EFF knowing very much that we are here for the poor masses of our people. And the members of the EFF that are deployed in various institutions, your parliament, your legislatures, and your municipalities, they know that they joined this organization voluntarily, and they know that we are here to serve. Now, the country is facing a crisis of the COVID-19 pandemic, and this is not only affecting South Africa, it's affecting the whole world. So everybody has to come on board and drop everything else and try to save a life, and particularly the lives of Black people in this country, where we know that we don't have the healthcare system and we've got nobody but ourselves. So you would stop at nothing and in a bid to protect a life, and that's what we did. Yeah. There are some elements of few councillors who did not adhere to the call, but the organization then followed the disciplinary procedure. There's a case in Mpumalanga. Yeah. The councillor was disciplined and he resigned. And then there's a case in Northern Cape and another case in the Free State. But yeah, so far those are the 3 cases, and then there's a few councillors that have not yet fully paid their 33%. Remember that when the decision was made, it was on the 9th of April, and you would agree with me that the legislatures and parliament, they process their salaries on the 15th. So they would have started the process of processing the salaries by the 5th and the 6th of every month. So it was already late for them to then effect the 33%. So we had to have public reps then depositing the money into the accounts. And this goes to also some of the municipalities, although the bulk of the municipalities, they pay on the 25th. So you've got the majority of the municipalities that then implemented our resolution of the third of our salaries.
Yeah. Treasurer General, you've explained that you'd like this money to be channeled towards, for instance, the purchasing of PPEs. Have the party made it clear as you were contributing where exactly you'd want this money to be channeled, or do you just sort of contribute and kind of sit back and wait to see how the money would then be utilized?
Look, we don't wait to see. We are not an organization that waits to see. We are an organization that makes meaningful contributions everywhere and anywhere, whether we contribute or not. But we are an organization that makes meaningful contributions. So we've been making a lot of noise, even before the contributions, to say that the money must go, obviously, for PPE. No health worker must go and meet patients without a protective personal protective equipment, and no law enforcement officer must also be on duty without the PPE. We've made this very clear from the beginning, and also we've challenged the president that you take the podium and you speak about 500 million rands, but you're not telling us of that how much is going to the actual infrastructure. And we can't be or continue to be a country that is a purchasing country, a procurement country, where we procure everything, even the basic things that we should be really manufacturing here at home. So we've always been very clear to say that let's build our own facilities. Let's have factories that are manufacturing the PPEs, because it goes without saying that they will be cheaper than anybody else who come from outside the country. But also, you don't then fall for opportunists who would want to benefit at the expense of the people of this country. So yes, when we issued a statement today, we reiterated that call, but it's not the first call that we're making. In various platforms, even in parliament committees, we continue to engage and advise the ministers and everybody else to say, this is what we need to do with the money. And where we're not happy, we voice our unhappiness and our frustration, and that's our role, and we're going to continue doing that, so that at the end of the day, the people of this country, they benefit. At the end of the day, this money goes towards saving the lives, particularly of Black people, because we know that we've got nobody and nothing else but ourselves.
All right, Treasurer General, unfortunately we're out of time. I would have liked to spend more time on this, but thank you anyway for giving us your time online like this. We do appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, that's Umpile Maudwe, the Treasurer General of the EFF, speaking to us there about the contribution that the EFF has made of 6 million rand towards the Solidarity Fund.